Hey, everybody. So, I'm guessing that a lot of you have probably seen this video making its way around the internets of a party that happened in my hometown of Chicago. Um, the West Siders, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm from the West Side. We don't really want to claim this, but I am hearing that this was on the West Side of Chicago. I really wanted to I wanted to say it was the South Side, but I really do think it was the West Side here. I'm embarrassed. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and show you a little snippet of this house party that took place with Rona running all up and through there. Go ahead and take a look, y'all.
At home? I think he finna come though.
No, you ain't feeling like Kobe.
You say there's people in there. Oh well, that's on them. Hey. I know, I synced it. That's why ain't nobody on my shit, everybody on his shit.
I hope my ears weren't deceiving me at the end of that video, but I could have sworn I heard somebody cough. All of that shit, all them people packed up in there, and I promise you, I thought I heard somebody cough. Now, I saw it making its rounds. Of course, it went viral, and it even made TMZ, and TMZ sat here and tried to say it was 1,000 people in there. First of all, I grew up on the West Side of Chicago. Ain't no damn 1,000 people up in no damn house. I don't know a house over on the West Side that can hold 1,000 people. All right. But that's whatever. I'm just not buying that. But TMZ, they do what they do. They sensationalize everything. But I was looking at this picture and I thought to myself, all them fools up in here. And some folks got the nerve to have on a mask. The girl at the bottom, as you can see, she got to call herself have on a mask, but her nose is uncovered. And I'm thinking to myself, the moment you chose to go to a house party with all these people up in there, singing, probably passing blunts, hollering, screaming, you shouldn't have even considered a mask, because once you make the decision to go up in a place like this and do this, what the hell is a mask for? You have already made a bad decision. The bad decision has been made. Keep the mask at home. There's no point here. There's no point. And sometimes I feel like I be just talking to a brick wall when it come to some of our folk, because all our folk ain't like this, that. But when I saw this, I was just mad, because it's like a lot of these people went back home with their mamas, their grandmamas. They probably kissed their babies in the mouth, and that was very, very irresponsible of them to even do this, right? About a month ago, I saw that on March 26th, they said that 1,000 people had died from this shit. And as of yesterday, almost 55,000 people have died. And, we got a lot of folks out here not taking it serious. And, I care about my people. All right. I care about my people. I don't want to see my people perish like that. And it ain't like, we already ain't got our issues in Chicago, but to see this making its rounds, I was thoroughly embarrassed. But as I thought a little bit about it, I thought to myself, it's interesting to me that the media wants to blast this Chicago house party and not also blast the other things that have been happening around the country as well. Because these aren't the only irresponsible folks out here passing the Rona pretty much like a blunt, okay? I'm guessing about a good 30-40% of them people got infected that night, straight up. But they're not the only ones out here, guys. This is California. I believe this was Saturday in California. It warmed up in California, and you had all these folks frolicking on the beach, going to the beach like there is nothing happening. And I know people gonna be like, well, the heat killed the virus and stuff. There's still a lot that they don't know about this shit, okay? And even though I saw some of these pictures, they did not make their rounds on the internet the way that this house party did. Because neither one, in my opinion, is right. Neither one. All right. I'm going to ride for my people, and I want us to do better. I want us to make better choices. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that these people are any better than what you saw at that house party. They're really not. And let me not get started on all the protesters. All right. Like you see the people with the mask on. Listen, I'm my personal feelings like is if you got to do all of that, maybe you should just stay home. Okay. The beach ain't going nowhere. The parties are always going to happen. And, just stay your ass at home a little bit so we can get through this. Cause I don't want to be on punishment for the rest of the summer because folks won't listen. I really don't. I really, really don't. Okay. And I admit I was one of those people early on that was thinking like, oh, this is just like the flu. It's no big deal, until I started, seeing how people were dying from it and getting sick from it. Look at this picture right here. This is a protest. A protest. Remember, the white folks was protesting about opening up outside. All right, opening up outside. And I did not see them circulating this video the way they were circulating the Chicago party video. What's different about them? The only difference is that you had a bunch of young black folks who they already think are irresponsible. They don't listen. They don't care. And then you had that protest. What makes them any different except that, you had a black group and a white group. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, it's not even about that. To me, it's about how the media wants to paint this, because there's a lot of folks out here that's violating the stay-at-home orders and they're not listening. And it's not just a big group of unruly black kids, so to speak. It's not. It's a whole lot of people. This is California. This is the beach in California on Saturday. A lot of people aren't listening. That means a lot of people don't care. So don't just put it off. I just feel like let's not sit here and put it off on one group here. But a lot of this also has to do with the fact that a lot of people just don't want to believe in what's happening. The more and more and more that we have like all these different, conspiracy theories, and some of y'all probably believe in it, that, this isn't really a virus. This is 5G towers and stuff like that. The more you're going to have people saying, fuck it, it's not even real. So let's go and do what we going to do, because it's not a real thing. Okay. If I'm ready to believe in any kind of conspiracy, any at all, I'm feeling like the white folk want us to go out there and test outside. And so when I saw that video circulating of the black kids, that did piss me off. Because I'm like, this is the very thing that they want us to do. They want us to go and test outside to see if it's safe. They protesting to get back outside, but they want us to go first. Look what they did in Georgia. The beauty shops, the barber shops, the bowling alley. Until you open up the country clubs, the tanning salons, the golf courses and stuff, leave me the fuck alone. Okay, as for me and mine, we in the crib until I think it's safe to do so. So, like I said, I saw this circulating online, and like I said, I think it is the west side of Chicago, okay? But at the same time, if we're going to put the emphasis on what these kids did, which is very irresponsible, because again, they're going off to their families and they're going to spread that shit to other people, which is, I'm sure, is what's happening here. And we're never going to get rid of this shit. But the white folks was out here doing the same shit, and they didn't make the TMZ, okay? And they didn't say it was 1,000. No, it was not 1,000 folks at no West Side house. It was not. It was a lot of people, but it wasn't 1,000 people. That's neither here nor there, because at the same time, they shouldn't have had their asses there. And I just implore my folks, if you're going to make a decision like that, you really look kind of stupid with the mask on if you're going to already make a decision like that, okay? And I just want our people to do better. I do, because I want us to get through this. I want us to stay healthy. We already died more than the other folk. I just want us to do better. But young folks think that they're immortal and nothing will happen to them. So that plays a part in this too. And I saw this, and like I said, I just thought to myself, God damn. Whew, I know what my kid was. I know what my oldest son was. So he had his daughter. But I'm looking through the crowd. I'm looking at like, what is anybody I know up in there? Anybody I know? I swear to God, listen, if it was my kid up in there, I'm like, you can't come home. You got to go quarantine somewhere, but not up in here if my child was up in there. Because you ain't coming up in this damn house after you didn't sit there and y'all singing songs and spitting all over each other and all this other shit. You cannot come here. Because I promise you, a lot of them people went back to their grannies. They went to their mamas with heart conditions and shit like that. They went and kissed their babies in the mouth. And we ain't gonna never get rid of this shit if we keep acting like this. But we ain't the only ones. Our people aren't the only ones, okay? The white folks is out here violating too. All right, they out here violating too. They was out here violating first. So, I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think about all of this. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.